What happened to Crystal Rogers? Nearly a decade after the Bardstown mother of five disappeared, we're learning new information about her case as her ex and his former employee face trial for murder. It has been a full day of testimony in the Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson murder trial. WAVE News reporter Alina Noakes joins us now live from Bowling Green. All right, so Alina, busy afternoon today. So what was your biggest takeaway today?
Well, what I found to be most interesting was the way that the prosecution brought up people to try to discredit Brooks Houck's entire statement he made to police on July 8th. If our viewers recall, there was a recorded interview of his interview with police that was released to the public shortly after that happened, and it's been, posted about before on our own pages. And he really wrote his account during that interview of what happened early in the day on July 3rd, including who he interacted with during that time period. And this is like a full day, all of his work schedules and everything, except the big thing is that those people he claimed to have been interacting with all claimed that that was not the case, that it simply didn't happen. One of those being Woodlawn Springs. He mentioned that he cleaned up there. The HOA says he was not in compliance, though, and that didn't happen. He said he did contracted work, but the contractor who he claimed to be doing this with said it was raining and they didn't do it that day. They also claimed that he was setting up properties electric services, but Salt River Electric had a representative testify that they were actually closed that day. That goes the same for the Nelson County clerk, who he says he was working with on evictions. The Nelson County clerk testified they had nothing on file that day because it was a holiday weekend, so they wouldn't have been taking up any business on.
Okay. So, like you said, all of that testimony there contradicts what we heard this morning. Then they played one of his interviews with police. So why does all of that matter?
Right, so yeah, that matters because they kind of did the same thing when they played his police interview this morning. That police interview, obviously, that we referenced in that just before now, being that they did a cut-down version for the jury. So they didn't see the entire, 2-hour interview, but they saw portions of it that the prosecution tried to illustrate that mattered in this case. And the really big thing they pointed out here is just his lack of recall. It kind of became a theme today. He wrote out these statements, and even though they obviously claim to have not been accurate, he did give an account for his time early in the day, but he couldn't give a detailed account of how the evening went. 4.5 hours on the Houck family farm with Crystal Rogers and their shared son, Eli. And that's obviously the last time that prosecutors and detectives believed that she was alive. And, of course, claiming that they believe she never left on.
Alina Noakes in Bowling Green. We appreciate your hard work, Alina. Certainly, she will be back in the courtroom tomorrow. Thank you.